My name is 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐿. I'm the CEO and founder for Detailing Mafia. Today we are at our corporate office in our podcast room, The Detailers Uncut, and we have a special guest. His name is 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞. He's the master trainer, international trainer. You can say whatever. He's the best from 𝐬𝐫𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻, and he's with us. And we're going to do some FAQs about a topic which everyone has been asking, but we thought we should do it with our products and spread the knowledge. So we're doing this video about car wax, sealants, quick detailers versus ceramic coating. How the technology has evolved. Is it the same? Let's find out from the expert. 𝐸𝐵𝐫, my friend.
Thanks so much for having me.
Pleasure. So 𝐸𝐵𝐫, you heard me, we discussed over this. So my first FAQ to you is, could you give us a brief about how it started from a car wax, then we quick detailer to instant detailer. People have given so many names, are all different, or everything is the same. And then we say paint sealant, which has 0.02 microns compared to ceramic. And how is it different? How is the overall technology advanced?
Well, I remember a documentary I watched about called Detailed, a guy in England called Matt Thomas that made a very nice history about detailing. So as soon as the first car came out of the conveyor belt and was produced, so very shortly after the first detailer was born, because there was a guy that wanted to have that glossy finish, so they want to keep that. So I don't know exactly where the wax really started or what type of a product, but I believe it was some kind of a liquid form to make it more glossy and shiny, a little bit greasy. I will not put too much facts on that because I'm not 100% sure. But the wax is one of the most traditional things that evolved into car care. And sooner but later they found out that there were other things that they can do with chemicals that are going to stick to the paint and give them the same results and even better things than what a wax could do. And I remember when I was starting, I still had a bottle of turtle wax, a very old bottle of turtle wax, and I managed to finish one bottle on one car and 160,000 microfiber towels to get the wax off because I applied so much. I even thought if I do it 5 times after each other, I will build a layer.
It's a layering concept.
Yes, a layering concept, building the lasagna, so to speak. And that slowly evolved then in other type of products where they liquefied the carnauba in what they then call the gloss enhancers to something to be sprayable, wipeable. The desire to become faster and easier in application with the same amount of gloss and better performance became bigger and bigger and bigger. And that eventually ended in what we now know as the nanotechnology that turns into a sheet of glass, liquefied in a bottle and solid on the car, to what we now have as the nanoceramic coatings.
Correct.
And in between, I think it's an evolution. It's a very big evolution. In the beginning, you don't know very much. You start with a very easy product that's going to give you the satisfaction, and you want a little bit of the experience with smell, with feeling, the silky finish, the smooth feeling of the car. Later on, you become more desired to have something that lasts longer. You open up the doors to something else.
You don't want to redo it,
Exactly. You still love it, but you want to keep that finish a little bit longer. And that desire went more and more, and the demand of the people went more and more. So eventually somebody thought of the idea, maybe it's a good idea to take this corrosion protection material, what is found in factories to keep the material from rusting, to transfer something like this into the automotive market. And that is, I believe, something like 15 years ago when the first ceramic coating type landed. Because back then we had only the Teflon treatment, and the Teflon treatment was back then the ultimate paint protection and cost a huge amount of money. In fact, the Teflon technology back then is comparable to what we now have in a sprayable bottle like Cupido.
Right.
But that was the earliest stage of something that paint protection lasted for longer than 1 year. And that evolved into something very beautiful that we now have so many different types of products to satisfy so many different deals. It's unreal. It's unreal.
So many names. What Reggie is saying, we started with this carnauba wax, then it came from a cream to a paste to a liquid to nanotechnology to glaze sealants. It's a big world now, you know.
Yes, you get lost very fast.
Yeah.
Visit any detailing website where you can buy products. The amount of products there are available. We say in the Netherlands, there are so many trees that you can't even see the forest anymore. And this is typical what I see. And I hear a lot of guys say, I want to have a quick detail of which one should I take. And I say, go to the website. I did, and there are 75. So which one should I take?
Yeah.
But this is a kind of a world where you need to try and buy, or buy and try.
True. What suits you, I would say, you know?
Yes, you have to find your way. And we see so many different styles of detailing and so many different styles of paint protection, and how people want to put on the paint protection. For me, I believe still that the wax, putting on the wax, the sensation, the feeling, how to put on the wax it's like a yoga session. You are one with the car, you are looking for the angles, you see the gloss enhance the angles of the car. And anybody needs to be satisfied. And now we have so much that I can understand what people say. It's very difficult to find what I want.
So you're saying everything in terms of wax and quick detailers, it's just depending on their lifespan, as in the durability you're saying. So you're saying a paint sealant, or like starting from a quick detailer, then a paste wax, and then a paint sealant, all have a same durability, or it's different, you know?
Yeah, there are differences. There are many differences come from the preparation. What you want is when you want to do that protection is going to stick to the surface. Linking, bonding, adhering, cross-linking. There are many words to explain it, but you want something that is going to touch the surface and stay there. Preferably in the beginning, you will not be so demanding that you would say, I'm fine to do it after every wash, but after washing the car every week, and then you have to apply the same product every week, somebody's going to say, is there something better that I can extend the life by not applying it every single wash?
True.
So people will always find subconsciously the easiest way to protect their car. And when you look at the ease of the application, and I can now not say it's 100% true anymore, because the application of ceramic coatings has become so easy because of the demand of the market, that it's almost comparable to applying a paint sealant. So let's take a quick detailer there on the left, like Perfecta. An application like that is done in less than 20 minutes. The environmental conditions are very broad. We have a new version called 2.0 that will allow you to put it on in direct sunlight. So I think when you choose your paint protection, you have to choose from the situation that you are from.
Correct.
If you are working in direct sunlight, I do not believe that there is a ceramic coating you can put on successfully.
Impossible.
It would be fun to see though. I might as well make a video about this. Can we put ceramic coating in the sun? That's going to be a viral video, 100%.
So Perfecta, you're saying, is a quick detailer. We can spray and just clean it with a plus microfiber, you're saying?
It's your instant gloss and protection in one.
And what kind of life we can say for this?
Yeah, they say that if you have semi-acceptable normal conditions, that you can survive 2 to 3 washes without any problems.
Fantastic. And it's the same we say for our glaze sealant?
With glaze sealant, I would say this is like I like to compare the detailing world as the men's makeup world. The women have their makeup, they have their foundation, have their eyeshadow, and we have the makeup for the car. I think Venera is a product that you can count like the foundation to hide some impurity, so to speak. And that is similar to what a glaze sealant can do. Improve a huge amount of gloss visually. It's difficult to measure that.
There are many customers who want this, you know. I know customers, when we apply, they say, are you sure you put something? Are you not fooling me? Because for them, they understand just the gloss and the shine. They don't understand I've done a protection, you know. They want the gloss. There are many customers. That's why now we're developing so many products.
And there's also the problem of the marketing. Is that the marketing is the job of a marketeer is to make a product more desirable, more sexy looking with shots and camera. That is the main goal, to make the product stand out. In marketing, there's also the possibility to move a little bit with truth. So we could say that this is a glass bottle, or we could say this is a high performance green UV lighted liquid container. We describe it's the same thing, only the description of the product can make you think it's like something else, and that's why I have a love relationship with the marketing department.
And how, as you're saying in the starting, we said even it's been 14 years I'm into this business, and I was also in the world where the ceramic coating did not existed, and the best thing was the paint sealant which we used to apply in the Teflon coating in simple language, you know. So how is this different from the waxes and the glaze polishes? How paint sealant stands above them?
Well, if we look at, I can 100% say about the 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐭𝐚𝐦𝐞 range that in those 4 sealant type products that we have, from Perfecta to Beneficia to 𝐒𝐫𝐞 to 𝐕VITAX, we see a different amount of the actual protection ingredient inside. Where there's a little bit easily to divide, like a Perfecta, we have a very easy application, but we put on a limited amount of this particle there to keep the car safe from UV, from the chemical agents. And when we are moving to a little bit more concentrated, like say 𝐕VITAX, we see that the application already changed from a spray wipe to a wash, wipe and dry.
Correct, it's a wash and coat shampoo.
Exactly. And then when we move to the paint sealant, we see that the same forgiveness that a detailer has is not applicable to the 𝐒𝐫𝐞, because the 𝐒𝐫𝐞 will need some cool temperature. You will have some patience, and you will have to divide the product accordingly. Because the product has so much ingredients that going to link to the surface. If you don't touch a certain part, you will see it when it starts to rain. He said, this is a part where I forgot the 𝐒𝐫𝐞. The benefit is, of course, that when the application goes a little bit up in difficulty or in tension, that the protection again is then also longer. So you would say, in this range, you would still say the more difficult the application, the longer it's going to stay. So, because comparing Blindo to Perfecta, it's very easy to apply. It needs a little bit of attention and some environmental conditions to make the application a little bit more desirable, versus the Perfecta, where it doesn't matter where you spray it and you wipe it, you love it and you love it.
All right. So this has a better durability compared to all the range and other products in the market.
We focused mainly, the product is mainly for the visualization of the gloss, the extreme amount of chemical protection that the product has, and the feeling. This is a part of I'm the guy, you're not allowed to touch my car, especially after washing. Please do not even look at my car, you are going to look a scratch in there. But many people have the desire to touch the car. And they want the same feeling that they have from the wax. And we tried to put that in the sealant, and anybody that has used 𝐒𝐫𝐞 once and has felt the feeling after understands that yes, this is what we call silky smooth.
Thank you, Reggie, for this.
Welcome.
In terms of what is the key difference in terms of application between the waxes, sealants versus ceramic coating? Is it the same or is it different? How is it different?
Well, when we talk about waxes, we're going to talk about the traditional waxes. The waxes that have been cooked and have been solidified in a paste that has to be loosened through rubbing it through heat, then dispersing themselves over the paint, then let that dry, and let that dry into the paint, and then wipe it off. And that is basically the only product that I know that we really are going to wait until it dries when we wipe it off. And when we look at all the sealants these days, we are looking at a liquid product that has a liquid inside to keep the ingredients in suspense. And the moment we apply it and we wipe it, there's an amount of this ingredient left behind. The H2O inside, because it's a water-based product, is going to evaporate, leaving then that ingredient over the surface. So if you look at it both ways, one is in the paste you have to rub into the paint, and the other one you spray and wipe on the paint. And it's just because of the chemical composition, because I know they can put these ingredients also in a wax. And this is where you get the war between wax and sealant is better. Because I'm still here that people will definitely always go for the application of a wax, because it's the therapeutical treatment of the car, that you are knowing doing something really.
Instant gloss staining.
Exactly. It's fantastic. I think still wax. We've discussed something like making a wax in 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐸𝐿, but Marco said we need special machines for that. You need like an oven to liquefy the wax and turn it later on into a paste. But maybe in the future, when the wax turns back to what it was, well, we'll see a change and we will see a difference. I hope it will be fun.
And how do you compare it with application to ceramic coatings?
Like the ceramic coatings, similar have also from the same family kind of an ingredients. Only the difference is that these ingredients that are in the ceramic coating are liquefied through a solvent. We will not see many water-based ceramic coatings. The ingredients in there are only liquefied because it's a solvent. The solvent is making sure they don't stick to each other, that they don't solidify, versus that what is inside of spray sealant that can be dispersed through the water with some additives, of course, because it's not only water. And for the ceramic coating, because it's so durable, the amount of of the ingredient inside is very high. If we take, for example, HPC, I know that HPC has 35% of that content is the actual ingredient doing the paint protection. It was a great step for us to go up. It was also very different because most of the competitors, I'm not saying all, has about 17 to 22% of that ingredient, making the application a lot easier, but then also the bonus, not having the longest duration of the coating. More of these ingredients stick to the paint, the longer, most likely, the paint protection is going to stay to the surface. And especially with a product like Blindo, that is 100% solidifying. And I know that Blindo Plus has 89% of active ingredient inside. So only 11% of solvent to keep in the suspense.
Wow. So basically what I understand after discussing with you is that waxes, sealants, even now we're getting quick detailers with SIU to spray ceramic and you just wipe off. All this is easy applying, not just in direct sunlight. We should avoid that. And the professional gate coating is something which you should do it in a proper, with a professional detailing shop, who know how to handle it. Otherwise, they'll just apply it and you'll have all those marks on the cars.
Exactly.
And in the sunlight, you will see it, and then you're going to just destroy the car. And then again, you start with the mechanical action. You start to compound, cut it again.
Absolutely.
I hope I'm right.
You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. These things, quick detailer, a mistake with a quick detailer is easily fixed. A mistake with Blindo is more difficult to fix. Because what you leave behind on that surface, you will see come back rock hard, like glass, unable to remove with any towel or any friction coming from a human being, what only can be removed through the physical compounding, rubbing, and sanding if necessary.
So the Blindo is basically our professional gate coating. SCC is also our professional coating. We don't sell them on e-commerce website, or if it's not available to customers who are passionate, it's only you can get it to certified installers who are trained to do an application like this. And these things go for years and years and years. It's like a one-time thing. Thank you. I got my answer. Fine, we understood life, durability can be applied easily, which cannot be applied. You have to go to a professional shop. Coming in terms of the final result, the visual difference between a waxed car and a car which is ceramic coated. Are we able to find out that? Does it look the same? What is it?
I think this is one of the greatest questions that you can ask inside of the detailing industry. Because when we talk about gloss, we talk about slickness, and we talk about smell, we are talking about subjective opinions. What you find smelling funny or smelling nice is maybe something different than I do. For me personally, and that's how I only speak from personal experience, is that I get the idea. I might be wrong because I also have a lazy eye. This one sees better than this one, but I get the idea that when I put on a wax, I get a warm glow. A warm glow of gloss. Whilst with the sealants and the ceramic coatings, I get that wet look glass. That's not what I want to say. It's more the deep gloss. And this is something that we can debate about for hours, but I also tried to measure it, to put the gloss meter before and after. In gloss revenue, it doesn't say anything, so scientifically it doesn't show any difference. But when I look at the car, I see tremendous difference. After the first application of Blindo, the car has changed. It's not the same car anymore. I see lines coming from parts that I didn't see before. But this is also something that a wax can do.
Depth is coming out. The color depth is coming out.
Whereas like 3D gloss, wet look, flake pop, metallic turning into something beautiful because we put some extra, making a little bit more 3D effect through the gloss. I've heard many plausible reasons or many plausible opinions about how this gloss has been achieved, and I cannot say they are not true, and I can also say they are true, but it's the personal experience of the user of the product itself.
See, both of you, me and you, we both are detailers, okay? We can check what is on the car, okay? We have techniques, we can check. But for a layman who, like a customer, will he be able to find out?
I think yes. By the comparison two products, taking a quick detailer versus a ceramic coating, you will definitely see in water behavior, in duration, you will see a big difference. And personally, with quick detailers, it's it's a minimum amount. You see very fastly that it's deteriorating. Even after a sandy rain, you can see the difference between a ceramic coating and a quick detailer. The sandy rain seems to hydrophobically turn into something else versus what a sealant, where the drops or the finish looks then a little bit bigger. But then again, it's also about where you are, where you're living, what kind of a car is it, and how is the protection being applied.
Coming to the visual difference, back to my question, I personally feel, and you tell me if I'm wrong or right, that when we apply the waxes on all these quick detailer sealants, the initial shine is very nice. Compared to ceramic, it is nice, but when we say the curing time, 5 days, 7 days, we have a coating which does in some hours also. In ceramic, I've noticed the shine grows with time.
That is absolutely true.
And in wax, you see the initial shine, but it just keeps going less day by day, month by month, and it just vanishes.
Yeah.
And in ceramic, it keeps increasing. Am I right?
Yeah, I have to be honest, that is true. That's true. If I now think about a couple of installations of SAM that indeed after a period of time, after the full curing turned into something more, it's like I said,
more brighter,
it's
more mirror finish.
It's almost impossible to measure this, but yes, visually something is happening. I have seen the big darkening effect coming from like 2 tints darker. It's not 2 tints. I know for sure I did not put anything black on the car, but I see a difference between where I did it and where I didn't do it. And this is darker, deeper, more glossier. It's fantastic. It's one of the biggest reasons why I love the ceramic coating so much.
Perfect. I hope our users, they get the answer very clearly. In terms of maintenance, is it, do we need to do a different maintenance for a wax or a sealant compared to ceramic coating, or the maintenance is just the same, Is there a standard SOP, or you can maintain it, the wax and sealant, the way you want to? Ceramic coating needs special maintenance. Can you explain us?
We are very lucky because we work at 𝐒𝐻𝐸𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐞𝐬. We have made the 3pH wash for anything nano-related or wax-related, so it's for all paint protections. The funny story is that in Korea, where they use these quick detailers that have this insane beating immediately after the application that only survive for a couple of weeks, even those kind of detailing products are being maintained with the 3pH, and they love it because it works. It extends the life of the protection they have. It reduces the amount of application or reapplication they have to do to keep the finish that they want. And for the ceramic coating, it's so far the only true solution through a shampoo that can give you the closer to the duration of the promise that the manufacturer made.
And certified shampoo is a must, I would say.
Absolutely. We spend a lot of effort and a lot of research to making these products safe for the protection, but very aggressive on the dirt. And that was the issue that we found in the beginning, is that it's very difficult to make something that is not leaving any surfactants behind. For example, if you take a higher concentration of a certain shampoo, the amount of surfactants, and the surfactants are the ingredients that help spread the chemical. So you make a droplet with a surfactant, you see that the surfactant is going to spread out. And that is what surfactants do, but they are also left behind on the surface. So if you take, I would say, cheap but basic surfactants, they stick to the surface even after rinsing, giving the idea that they kill the protection. However, there are so many surfactants left behind that the water sticks like a film. And that is what we needed to focus on. We were using or starting to develop the 3pH system. So even before we touched the ceramic coating production, we started first with a maintenance system that we tested on any other competitor that we could find to see if that what we found is actually true, and that we found the surfactants that can help the coating more than instead of deteriorating them. Because many manufacturers state that their products are protected against 2 to 14 pH or 2 to 12 pH. But as soon as I use something from 11 pH with a very bad surfactant in it, it looks like it killed it immediately. So that is a very, I'm very happy about that.
So one point which I understand is it's important to use products which are approved for car care. And if you don't use those products, not just because, as you said, we're lucky, we are from 𝐓𝐸𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐞𝐬𝐬, we have the 3pH system, that's the best system for maintenance. But we're talking about all our consumers, who at the end customer, if they use a product which is not certified for car care, and if they have a wax or a sealant, it's just going to, I think so, rip it off in one wash itself.
I think most pre-washes that have strong pH level with some caustic ingredients can kill any wax that has no chemical protection inside. To say the natural waxes, the more synthetic waxes are moving a little bit more to the chemical protection, but the natural waxes you literally can blast off with one hit of a very strong and aggressive pre-wash.
So most likely the people start using a dishwasher and they started cleaning the
Exactly. Let's say, ladies and gentlemen, I started with dishwashing in 1996. dishwashing soap was what I used to wash my car. Because I saw the glasses clearing up completely. I thought, if this stuff works on here, probably works on here. So gallons of the dishwashing detergent have entered my car.
And till date, people are using it.
Yes, it works. So I cannot say don't do it, but if it works,
it works to clean the car. But what the protection,
the
just gone away.
They don't like it.
You see that tweaking noise from the paint, you know,
the squeaky.
because it's just gone, you know.
Yeah, it's gone 100%.
So okay, fine. So what you're saying is it's important to use products which are for paint or clear coat, and not just a random cleaner which you clean your bathrooms or your dish, and
dedicated car care products
are something which will ensure that it cleans and these things last, and the ceramic coating similarly will be maintained for a longer duration.
Agreed. 100%
Thank
agreed.
you. Noted. That's the right answer. My next question is, who would benefit more after using wax, and who should consider ceramic coating? As in, what is better, you know, because you know the waxes are cheap, ceramic coatings are expensive. But from the end customer, whom he will benefit from, you know, from ceramic coating or from waxes and sealants?
Okay, let's say the guy likes to wash his car and he likes to wax his car or protect his car. And if he wants to do that repeatedly, it's not the guy for the ceramic coating.
Yeah.
Probably get him a good wax, nice shampoo. They can do it every once in a while. You also have the guy that does not want to wash the car every week or doesn't want to spend the amount of time normal guy washing the car. So then for that guy, it's the ceramic. Maybe the guy, the wax lover, has a classic car that he only drives in summer, but the ceramic guy really wants to drive the car all year round through all 4 seasons. Then we have the guy that wants to drive all year round. Better to take the ceramic than the wax because he will be washing that car every week in the Netherlands with all the water that's coming down.
All right.
Versus the man that says, I like polishing every once in a while. That's probably also the wax guy that is more likely to receive more of the paint defects during washing. Because even if you do a 25 bucket wash method, eventually there will be a scratch on your car. There will be wear, there will be tear. The only hope that you have is that if you have a wax, you know exactly that it's going into the paint. Having a ceramic coating, at least a big, nice, thick, as thick as possible ceramic coating, you have at least something that can catch those scratches. And if you want to preserve the car in a level that you are knowing for sure that those mini scratches are keeping away from the paint, you know that the next time you're going to polish it, you're not going to remove clear coat. Because once you remove clear coat, it's never coming back.
True.
So the amount of time you wash the car versus the scratches versus the polishing is going to deteriorate the thickness of the clear coat, and eventually you will get down to that point when there's no more clear coat, and it's the OMG moment.
So it's you're basically saying it's on their priority, you know.
Yes.
And their life, they have time to get their car washed by themselves, or they do it by themselves. And there are some people who want to get the best thing, but they don't have time to do it repeatedly.
And indeed, that is the one that we need to go for. Find the desire and fill it with the protection that he needs. Not so much what he wants, but what he needs. I'll tell you honestly, if a customer of mine wants a ceramic coating because he heard about it on a birthday party from a friend of his, and he comes with me with self-cleaning, scratch resistant, everything is okay, I'm going to give you a sealant first. If you can maintain that sealant, I might do a ceramic coating for you, but I will get you the entry level. And if you do that very nice, I will give you Blindo and HPC. Because it would be a waste of money to give it to somebody that's deliberately going to destroy the car or subconsciously is going to destroy the car. Because eventually it's the protection for I treat the ceramic coating as the protection for the work I did on the car. But that's me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this answer.
Most welcome.
All right, Reggie, my next question is mentality. Everybody thinks differently, you know. I keep hearing this from a lot of customers saying that, Kunal, I've just bought a new car. It's shiny. It's shining right now. Should I spend the money right now for a coating? Or rather, I come to you after 1 year when this beautiful shine drops, and then I spend the money, so even I'll be satisfied that it again became new, because currently it's new. Should I get it done now, or should I get it done after 1 year?
I'm definitely going to go protect it now. Protect it now. And I'm not saying that to help the customer. I know what is going to happen in that year without protection. What the car is going to look like after a year without protection. That amount of polishing I need to do after that 1 year unprotected is going to be twice, maybe 3 times as more as I did the car from day one. Because I can give the customer the damage on the car will be so little. There will be transport damage, there will be unwrapping damage, there will be some scratches. I have never seen a perfect car roll out of the factory or the dealership, but I know that amount of work is going to be a lot cheaper than if we wait 1 year and I need to spend 3 days. So for the customer, I will advise exactly the same thing. You got that new car, I'm going to take a couple of hours to finish it, put a ceramic coating on it, you go crazy for the next year, and I know next year I'll have ease of polishing just because the ceramic coating is there. Instead of I say, you go ahead and you wait till that finish destroys, and then when he gets back, and imagine, the customer's not going to see the same things that we do. He's going to come at the point where the gloss is gone and the car turned matte. And then we have 5-6 days of polishing ahead of us, instead of teaching him from the moment on, this is a swirl, avoid this in any take, Make my life easier, make your life easier. The more time I have to spend, the more money it's going to cost to him.
So what you're saying, in simple language, I explain that when we buy a brand new car, it has very, very less defects. And to apply a ceramic coating, it doesn't mean that our job becomes easier. It's that we are helping the customer that his paint, the clear coat is intact. We don't have to buff it and buff it and buff it because of the damages which he'll bring after 1 year. The defects will be more, and we're going to just remove those defects. We're going to eat his clear coat more and more. And the more we eat the clear coat, the paint becomes soft. So even if I do like this, oh my God, there's a scratch. I did the ceramic coating. It's not resisting. The ceramic coating is not good. So it's better to get it done immediately, because the idea is to save the thickness of your clear coat. If you keep buffing it, it keeps reducing. At one point, you have to get the car repainted. So it's better we don't touch, we don't compound. Basically, for a new car, we just use a polish, we remove the swirl marks, the minor one, and we coat the car, and it gets a good protection. Am I right?
Very true. Very true.
I think so. I thought it just came from.
We both have been in these positions where the customer was too late and said, "Can you still do something for me?" I don't know. We'll see what happens. Roll of the dice.
So this the reality came out, and I just wanted to convey this, that it's an important point that they should get it done at the time the car is taken out of the showroom. They should get it detailed and get it coated.
Prevention is better than the solution.
I agree. Thank you, Reggie.
Most welcome.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want great videos like this, check out our different videos and our playlist at our channel, The Detailing Mafia. Thank you. Ciao.